Hello again, students, and welcome to another lesson using free SketchUp. In order to get there, remember, type free SketchUp in your browser, click the first link, and start modeling. And you should see the blue logo if you've logged in with your Google account. So the piece we're creating is the Rook, and to do that, I'm going to show you how to do it. You open the template that you've created in a prior lesson, and I'm going to focus in on the Rook, so I use the pan tool to bring it over. Make sure you are in parallel front view. And now I'm going to draw the profile on my template, and starting at the top. And one thing I want to caution you about is to first, the axis and the bottom of your piece should be a perfect L. Second, do not let the bottom of your Rook, the line at the bottom of your Rook, touch the bottom of your template, or it will get stuck. So I'm just above it, and as you can see, I'm drawing some lines. And then I can interchange to the arc tool. So I select arc, it's a 2-point arc. Make sure things are green, endpoints are green, and you select and you pull. And you can just bear with me as I show you how to draw the profile here. And then I'll return to the line tool. Again, search for that. And in this case, it's going to make it square here on the corner because I'm my own designer. And I decided I'd like a little clean. And I can also pan to get a better area to work with. So now I'm going to try and, oops, that's the line tool. So I got to select arc, Control Z if you make a mistake. Remember, go to the arc tool if you like, select. Now I'm back to my line tool here. You don't have to be super precise on your template. After all, you are the designer, and if you create a unique design, that's perfectly fine. So I believe I've created a solid profile, and now I'm going to select it using the marquee tool. I go to the select tool here. I make a marquee around my profile, and indeed I can see that it looks very nice. And that's what I wanted, and I'm going to pan so that I can see the origin, and I grab the move tool, which is the 4-arrow move tool, and then I select the bottom of my profile, press my mouse, and drag and bring it until it snaps right onto the origin. And then in this case, I'm going to select the template and delete. It's gone. And also, I don't like the small segment sticking up, so I'm going to use the erase tool to get rid of that. I will use now the follow me tool process. Well, I'll orbit my profile so that I'm looking mostly straight down. Under the rectangle tool, the third tool down is the circle tool. And I'm going to go to the origin and select it and make sure that my circle is green. Click, drag it out to the edge of my base, and then click. And if you've done it right, it should look something like this. And then you may turn to the actual follow me tool, which is under the push pull tool. It's this one. Click. And I select the profile and go right to the base where my base meets the red axis. Click there. And I create my Rook. Now I'm going to make the slots in the front to make it look like a castle. So I am going to look at it from top view. And this is one very challenging process, but I'll demonstrate how it's done. So I'm going to use, first of all, create my cross shape. Okay. Attempt to anyway. Hopefully I'll get it. Okay. Now, actually I can erase these lines inside. Now I'll select the entire piece, look at it from front view, and I want to lift it using the move tool actually. Move it up and over the top of my Rook, look at it straight down, and I want to position it centered on those red and white axis. And now I'm going to use the push-pull tool to pull it up. Make sure the whole piece that you just made is selected, and then use the move tool to pull it straight down. You can see the little dashed line it says on blue axis. Pull it straight down, and that is where you'll be cutting the grooves into your rook. Now this is important. Right now, you want to right click on this, go to the select tool, right click on this cross, intersect faces with model. And then you can use you're in the select tool, so you can select the face here and delete the faces and see if things have worked out. Now you're going to have a lot of lines to delete, so bear with me. I'm selecting all the faces with the select tool. You can select lines as well. But you got to be very careful and make sure you're being very thorough. Select a face, delete, hit the delete key repeatedly. Select lines, delete them. Going through this process. I hope you're gaining a thorough understanding of what I'm doing. It's one of the most challenging things. I learned this. And so see how I selected it, multiple lines with the marquee, delete them all at once, or select individual lines and faces to achieve the result that you want. Cleaning up. Oops, Control Z if you make a mistake, don't forget. Now, as I've said in previous lessons, if you see blue faces, you want to right click on them and reverse faces so that they become white. Reverse face, and you can orbit around. Right click, reverse face, right click, reverse face. Back to the select tool. Find the blue face, right click, reverse face, right click, reverse face, right click, reverse face. And I think I'm done. Right click, reverse face, and there you have it. So what I want to do now, select the entire thing with a marquee, move to the materials cube, use the magnifying glass to identify colors, and then I'm going to go to the white and select the entire rook is now white. And I'm going to save it as. Do not make the mistake of saving. Just go to the three lines in the upper left. Click the three lines, save as. And this is my third practice attempt, so I will call mine ROOK Rook 3 and save here. And then the final step is once it's saved, Rook 3, you go to these three lines, download PNG, export as PNG, and if you see it down on the left there, that's gone into your recents folder or your downloads folder. And in my case, I'm going to double check. That's the image you're going to want to turn in for assignment credit. Good luck.